Greetings everyone, this is Force Nature letting you know which Dead or Alive is for you. The graphical powerhouse Dead or Alive 6 or the feature-rich Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. This video is going to focus on just differentiating the two games, but if you'd like a more raw comparison between the two games, then check out the Dead or Alive 6 versus Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. What's the difference video? The first thing that I'm going to note is that Dead or Alive 6 and Dead or Alive 5 Last Round are playable on current and next-gen systems. For instance, they can be played on the Xbox One, the PS4, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and of course also PC. So I mean, no other 3D fighter has multiple iterations on current or next-gen platforms. Like has been implied earlier, Dead or Alive 6 is a gorgeous game. I mean, it has the ability to output an up to as high as 4K on an Xbox Series X, a beast of a PC, and technically also on Xbox One X. Very few fighting games can match the graphical or visual quality of Dead or Alive 6, especially if you have the right console or hardware to be able to bring out the best out of its visuals. Seriously, this is a really gorgeous looking game. I mean, easily the best looking 3D fighter. Don't get me wrong though, Dead or Alive 5 is a gorgeous fighting game in its own right, even on a base PS4, a base Xbox One, and you even get a bit of a graphical boost if you use the PS4 Pros or the Xbox One X's 4K modes. Beware of the PC version though. But yeah, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round is a very good looking game. I mean, this is made even more impressive that it was originally released in early 2015, and it's essentially a remaster of the PS3 or Xbox 360 2012 releases of the original Dead or Alive 5. Honestly, I think that this is one of the best looking 3D fighters on the market right now, even in 2021. I mean, it's only really bested by something like, let's say, Project Soul Calibur 6, which is an amazing looking game in its own respect and looks incredible in 1080p, unless you have a beast of a PC and are able to output it in 1440p, for instance. However, I'm going to have to give Dead or Alive 6 the edging graphics due to having improved textures and shadowing, improved frame rate in non-full motion video in-game cutscenes, along with the ability to output in 4K if you have adequate hardware or console. Edge, Dead or Alive 6. Both Dead or Alive 5 Last Round and Dead or Alive 6 adhere to a special triangle system where strikes beat throws, throws beat holds, and holds beat strikes. In this section, we're going to be taking a look at the strikes portion of the triangle system, or more specifically, the stun system in both games. If you counter hit someone, you will likely stun them. Stuns can come in the form of counter hits, or off of certain normal hits such as high kicks. Stuns let you set up follow-up attacks. The amount of follow-ups you can get is determined by the stun threshold, which lets you know how often you can hit the opponent before they just fall over. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round stun threshold is fairly long, meaning that you can hit the opponent quite a lot of times before they fall over. For Dead or Alive 6, the stun threshold is a bit shorter, so that means that the opponent falls over sooner, referred to as a critical reversal. With reference to Dead or Alive 5 Last Round stun system, take note of this. Look at the advantage after this move right here. This is back plus kick with Ionic. So check out this thing right here. This is stagger escape. When I put this on, if I set this to what's called the fastest stagger escape, also dubbed slow escape, watch the advantage change. Only plus 16 now. Plus 24 gives me a free launcher attempt. Plus 16 does not. I only get a free stun extension attempt. The beauty of Dead or Alive 6's stun system is that you don't have to worry about stagger escape. You don't have to worry about slow escape. When you stun the opponent, plus 27 is plus 27. It's not plus 19. It's plus 27. So when you stun the opponent, you'll know if that 16 frame launcher will connect or not. Although, because the stun threshold is shorter in Dead or Alive 6, something that is common is to stun the opponent once, then launch right away. Although you can also do something like single stun, one extension, then launch. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round has 3 different stun levels that can dictate up to approximately 4 different launch heights, such as no stun, normal hit launch, all the way up to critical level 3 stun launch. There's also a special hit status referred to as a critical burst, where you see when you see the stun flashes red and you can use a critical burst attack. Critical burst attacks allow you to get a maximum height launcher on your opponent, guaranteed. In both games, when you stun their opponent, they can perform a hold and stun, also known as a critical hold. Critical holds deal 80% of normal hold damage and can stop you in your tracks. In Dead or Alive 6, you can prevent critical holds with your unholdable stun, the fatal stun. Fatal stuns can only be escaped by what's called a break hold, which takes up 1/2 of your total meter. So, if you don't have the meter to break hold, all that follows is guaranteed. In Dead or Alive 5, you can reduce critical holds by performing what's called a sit-down stun. Alright, these can allow for guaranteed falls, but they can, of course, as I showed you earlier, they can be staggered down to reduce your follow-ups. Despite Dead or Alive 5 last round having a more longer, complex stun system with 3 critical stun levels dictating multiple stun heights, I have to give the edge to Dead or Alive 6 for its shorter, more straightforward stun system that leads to a single, consistent launch height and more consistent frame advantages in stun. Edge, Dead or Alive 6. Stages are a big part of both Dead or Alive 6 and Dead or Alive 5 last round, and both games deliver on this front very handily, with beautiful, gorgeous, large, interactive stages that basically put the stages of almost any other fighting game to shame. Dead or Alive 6 currently has 15 stages, including 5 variations. One stage in particular, the Unforgettable stage, is particularly epic.
We settle this. Get ready.
And that's only about half the scope of this level. This is a really large stage. Dead or Alive 5 last round currently has 28 stages, including 12 total different variations. I'd say the Azuchi stage is a bit of a standout. With regards to stages, it is no contest. Dead or Alive 5 last round has both quantity and quality. Edge, Dead or Alive 5 last round. Dead or Alive 6's roster has a very respectable 31 total characters. Dead or Alive 5 last round has 36 characters total. However, if I'm not mistaken, the guest character from SNK's King of Fighters series, Mai Shiranui, may not be purchasable at this time. So what that basically means is that if you're being entered into the game new, then you're only going to have a potential total of 35 characters. Although the devs made the correct decision to omit certain characters from Dead or Alive 6, such as Alpha 152 and Genfu, yes, I just went there. I think that he's obnoxious in Dead or Alive 5. I still have to give a very slight edge to Dead or Alive 5 last round for, well, both quantity, and they have the VF characters who are, quite frankly, are pretty awesome in this game. And there's Ein. Edge, Dead or Alive 5 last round. There's a lot of stuff to do in Dead or Alive 6. For starters, you have the standard versus mode against either another player, against the CPU. There's an arcade mode, a time attack mode, a survival mode, and there are a lot of training modes, such as free training, a highly extensive tutorial mode with lots of lessons, including lots of subsections in between. Let's see, there's a command training, which allows you to basically review your total character's move list. And I'll let you know, some move lists could be like pretty like big in this game. I mean, like, look at this. I mean, Ioni alone has like a crap ton of like moves. And to complement command training, there are combo challenges, which give you basically some sample combos that you can end up like just like performing with like your character, something like that. Like, I'll just use one like as an example right here. There's a couple of standard online modes that you can use, such as a, well, typical ranked match and the lobby mode. The lobbies are actually pretty interesting in the sense that you can actually have multiple matches going at once. So you don't have to worry about like waiting for like your turn or anything. If there's enough people, you can just set up multiple matches going at once, which is actually pretty awesome. There's a DOA Central mode here that allows you to customize the looks of like your favorite character or just like any character. To complement Dead or Alive 6's excellent trading tools, there's also a mode here called DOA Quest, which tasks you with performing certain requirements with different characters in exchange for both coins, which you can use to spend on, well, costumes and stuff like that, or parts that help you kind of also unlock the costumes. In fact, With regards to costumes, Dead or Alive 6 has a lot of unlockable skins. And of course there's a lot of DLC also. DOA Central mode is also complemented by having a theater mode that both lets you be able to check out like previously saved replays, or you can watch two CPUs battle out just for the hell of it. I mean, Dead or Alive 6 looks beautiful, so why not? You can check out all your kind of unlocked music here in the music portion. I mean, yes, you can customize your music. And there's also an interest in DOA Encyclopedia that basically gives you little tidbits with regards to DOA story. And yes, I gotta unlock some stuff on this account. And to round out these features is Dead or Alive 6's story mode, which is quite interesting to say the least. And yes, it features Mary Rose.
Excellent work.
Miss Helena, is there something I can do for you?
I do have something important I need you to do for me. But Mary Rose, I first need to know if you can handle it.
Yeah, I'll let you guys enjoy that for yourselves. Alright, being effectively the 4th iteration of Dead or Alive 5, yes, there's Dead or Alive 5, Dead or Alive 5 Plus, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, and now Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round has a lot of stuff, so in the interest of brevity, I'm going to try and go through it fairly quickly. For instance, you got your Versus mode, your Arcade mode, Time Attack mode, Survival mode, but you also have this mode here called Team Fight, which lets you have like up to like 7 characters, and I'll just do Ayane like 7 times. And then it basically ends up going into a fight right here, and then the objective is to try and it's just simply to try and beat down the team, and whoever is left standing wins. The training modes are mostly the same as Dead or Alive 6. You got free training, command training, a fairly good tutorial, and a fairly good combo challenge. For online modes, you also got your rank match and your lobby match, even though the lobbies are not as versatile as they are in Dead or Alive 6. Edge, Dead or Alive 6. With regards to extras, you have the same spectator mode where you can watch 2 bots duke it out, or you can watch previously saved replays. You have an album mode where you can end up looking at any photos you've taken, because it wouldn't be a DOA game without a photo mode. Or you can also check out any movies that you've unlocked. Alright, I'm going to address the elephant in the room right now. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round has this mode here called Tag Mode, which allows you to pit 4 characters against each other. Similar to Dead or Alive 6, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round also has the ability to select specific music for any character, even for things like your online theme, your lobby theme, your main menu, your training mode, and you can set it for either character or based on stage. And lastly, to round this out, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round also has the same interesting story mode like what Dead or Alive 6 has. Check it out for yourself. I can't figure out why these stories haven't won any awards. This is Oscar-worthy stuff. Both games have fairly similar offerings, but I have to give the edge to Dead or Alive 5 Last Round for having both team battle and, of course, tag mode. Edge, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. If you like this video, smash that like button. If you like this video, just hit the like button anyway, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy fighting game content. I'm not going to go over all the differences between both of these games because the overall game experiences are actually fairly similar, although I know that there are some differences with regards to intricacies and things like that. However, with regards to environmental optimization, both these games can get pretty crazy in that regard. This video is endorsed by Smart Esports and Trollcoin, and if you'd like more information on Dead or Alive 6 or even Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, then be sure to check out both my character guides and my beginner to advanced guides. I would like to take this moment to thank my premium top tier fighters for their continued support, which I always do appreciate. If you'd like to become a premium top tier fighter yourself, click on the Patreon link down below. If you'd be interested in further Dead or Alive 5 Last Round content, then be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I also am proud to announce that I'm very close to 4,000 subs. So that means be on the lookout for some juicy content such as the continuation of character guides, potential anti-character guides, and other goodies. Anyways, this is Force Nature signing off. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Top Tier Tips.